Morning, my name is Al Palmasio. I'm in the facilities department here at FIT, and we're up here to go over the green roof, one of our green roofs. We have approximately a half-acre of roof area, which is like 20,000 square feet, which is greened. These were done over the years. The first having been done approximately 12 years ago. This is the most recent. So let's just go over some of the advantages and why we do what we do. Over there you'll see that white edge on along the border of the plants. And we had a good rain last night, which is good. And I had put my hand under one of these trays, because that's pretty much what it sits on. And under the tray, the growing medium is dry. Yet we had an inch of rain, better than an inch. So all our rainwater was absorbed. And that's probably one of the greatest advantages of green roofs when it comes to sustainability and the environment. It absorbs rainwater, which ultimately in big cities winds up in the sewers, which under heavy rain conditions overflows the sewage treatment plants, and it winds up in the river. And it's a blending situation where it all just gets mixed together. So we had a dry period for approximately a couple of weeks. So this is what they call an extensive roof, that being that the roof medium is very shallow. It's only about 4 inches, and that's compared to what one would call intensive roofs, where the media could be a foot, foot and a half, even deeper. And there you would see different types of vegetation, including trees, shrubs. And that being said, those types of roofs absorb a lot more water. Why did we choose this? Well, we chose it because there's wet soil, and even just soil and plants, there's a lot of weight to it. And the wetter it gets, the more it absorbs, the heavier it gets. So engineering calculations are done before we choose the roof as to what the weight load's going to be on the roof. Also, these shallow roofs lend themselves to types of vegetation, which is sedums, and the sedums really require little maintenance. If you look over here, you'll see other vegetation that got introduced here, and that's really coming here based on the fact that we've established a habitat. It's not something that came with the green roof, which was pre-planted before it was brought here. And that goldenrod, I think that's baby's breath, that finds its way. Seeds blow here, birds, insects. That's part of why we do a green roof. And when this green roof was first installed, and the first one went in the Goodman building, the conservation department had microphones, and they were listening for sounds of different types of birds, just to see when, how, and what type of environment it was going to create. And that they basically captured that and determined that at this elevation, yeah, we were going to get birds, migratory birds, different times a year. So again, it just proves to the effectiveness of having a green roof. In addition to the stormwater management, this roof provides an insulating layer to the building below, and that in turn reduces the heating costs during the wintertime and the cooling costs during the summer. It also helps to protect the roof in that the roof is shielded from the sun's rays, and sun's rays and ozone, I mean, that's very detrimental to roofs. That's what limits the life expectancy of those roofs. So that being said, we anticipate having a longer roof life here. Normally, before we do a green roof, we wait until a roof needs to be replaced. We don't really have the luxury of just adding it. So this was all new roofing area. And this was done in conjunction right after putting the new roof in. So, in addition to saving energy, there are other environmental benefits. Our carbon footprint's reduced. Any type of vegetation helps clean the air, gives off oxygen. These are all benefits. The lightweight material here actually propagates the roof in terms of helping itself sustain itself. Actually, to repropagate this, they just take a scissor and just shear the tops, and they let the plant material fall back in, and it regrows. In addition to the air quality, we also have a situation where in New York City, most of our carbon emissions is from buildings. It's not from cars. Approximately 70% of the carbon emissions in New York. And in big cities, this is the situation. 70% comes from the buildings themselves. I mean, we look around us, it's all cement, it's all concrete. And that, in essence, creates what they call a heat island effect. So that when it's hot out, that heat is amplified to some degree in that it becomes concentrated and has a tendency to elevate itself slightly above the ambient temperature outside. Anything that's green, anything that's has the ability to deter that, and that is a green roof, helps keep that heat island effect down. The parks and green areas in the cities are always limited. So where you have a roof and where you can do it, you're merely contributing to it. So in addition to the green roof, which is just one piece of our sustainability program here, most of our work has been done on mechanical and electrical systems. The pleasure of the green roof is anytime you see an advertisement when it comes to our planet, it shows you green forests, it shows you crystal clear blue water, but you don't see too much of that monstrosities in the back, which they call a cooling tower. That was part of one of our larger projects in terms of reducing energy, reducing our carbon footprint. That project, from the standpoint of reducing our carbon emissions, achieved that thousands of times more than this green roof. It still doesn't make it all that much prettier. And in addition to that, we also have solar array panel over there. That's basically 35,000 watts of power that we generate. And that's renewable energy. That's energy that we don't purchase. Goes right back into the building system and is consumed. We also have another solar array panels over on the Goodman building. And most likely one of our dorms will be getting the same. Right now, the city has changed a lot of the laws. When it comes to putting a new roof on, they're mandating that you put solar roofs or a green roof. So the laws are changing. We seem to be a step ahead of it. That doesn't mean that we still have to meet certain guidelines, but the school has historically been involved with sustainability, and that's what led us to do what we do. In keeping with that, we've reduced our carbon footprint by 57% since 2007. Pretty significant. We've cut our energy bill in half, more than in half. We save approximately $3 million a year in energy that's not purchased. So all this contributes to it, and I guess the diversity of the projects we have is good because this is an educational facility, and seeing all the different things that are done, helps to hopefully educate those who are going to pick it up and run with the ball. So I'd like to thank you, and good luck in your studies.